This is the Conservatives are March 7th, 2026. I'm going to talk about something that's a little nuanced look at what the heck is Donald Trump doing in Iran, and going back to what the end game is, which is really the most important aspect of this. I got a stinking feeling the end game Donald Trump doesn't understand. Not that he doesn't understand, but he doesn't have an end game. And he doesn't have an end game because he doesn't have total control over Iran, and getting that control is going to be difficult. And he's beginning to understand it. Now, I'm not saying that the strategy might work. I would give it another 2 or 3 days before I would turn negative on it. But if Donald Trump's air campaign can stop the ballistic missiles, stop the assault on the Straits of Hormuz, and really degrade Iran to the point of having no power at all, okay, an end game from that would work. But that's not what we're looking at. The Revolutionary Guard seems to be intact. The missiles are still coming. I'll bet we're told they are fewer. And by the way, a total aside, I don't want to hear anybody talk about 30,000 deaths from the Revolutionary Guard to the civilians in the street. I don't believe it at all. Otherwise, we'd be seeing a lot more reports of it. I think it's fake news. I think it's wrong. And people who spout it without questioning it are doing a great disservice to this discussion. And by the way, that's Fox News. Okay, they're horrible on this. And anyway, so we look at the end game. What possibility is there out there? Now, for 80% of Americans, the end game is democracy. And that's a fool's errand. In the situation we are in around the world, democracy is not always the answer. When you're dealing with a country like Iran, and I'm going to give you I'll give you proof of this, because during the Arab Spring, we convinced Egypt to have a democracy, free elections. They had free elections. And you know who won? The Muslim Brotherhood. They took charge of the government to the point where months later, the United States was conspiring with the military of Egypt for a successful coup. And it was successful. That's democracy. You do not know what the votes would go for in a pure democracy in Iran. You don't know. You guess it is, and there are lots of elements that we just don't understand. We're going into this thinking, oh, it's all going to sort itself out. It might not. The most likely outcome that we're looking at now is a total civil war that could last years, decades. That's the most logical outcome of what is going on in Iran this minute. Okay, we're not. We've not sending troops. It'd probably be a disaster, but in order to make significant change, we're probably going to have, in order to affect change and prevent a civil war, we would have to commit 100,000 troops to an ongoing war. And we're not going to do that. So we're going to leave it probably in a civil war. We're talking about democracy. Again, what happened in Egypt, it could very well happen here, where the results of a free election aren't what you thought it should be. And you're going to have to go, in Egypt's case, we went back in, not physically, but we supported the military coup to get rid of the Muslim Brotherhood. A wise move, and Sisi in Egypt has been great, and that worked out. But not democracy as the end result. Democracy is a strain. Look at our own country. We are likely, horribly, to put the Democrats in charge in Congress. Maybe not likely, but it's a real risk. And that's destroying the country. Our own country, democracy doesn't work that well. I'm a Democrat. I'm not advocating any kind of dictatorship or anything else. But you don't always know the results, even in the United States. And the results in Iran, we're not going to go for a democracy. Civil war is the most likely consequence, and it'll be probably a decade-long civil war. Millions will be killed. This is the Conservative Czar. See you next time.